Hello. Hello, this will be my artifact episode number 3941. Today's date is March 14, 2026. It's been almost like a morning at 9:26 a.m. Alright, let's just jump into the question. Let's go. Okay. Alright. The question is, which bad habit currently wasting my time, energy, attention in my life? Okay, that's a really good question. Okay, first of all, what exactly is this question and why am I asking this question to myself? Couple of days ago, I read a book, Atomic Habit, really amazing book. Highly recommend to you to read that book. I wanted to implement the value that book taught me. How do I supposed to do that? Why? By asking question to myself and giving the honest answer. So I need a kind of like a question. So I went to ChatGPT, kind of like a say, I read this book, I wanted to implement the value, suggest me 20 question. ChatGPT kind of like a suggest me 20 question. This is one of those question. Now regarding about the question says that what is actually my currently bad habit that wasting a lot of time, energy, attention and things and that and that. What is actually bad habit do I have? Well, masturbation. Yeah, I don't know, is it bad habit? I am not really sure. Like sometimes I feel like that is it bad habit, is it not, is it normal? Because I don't know, the basically is this thing na ki, okay, it's a very diverse opinion regarding about everyone. Okay, yeah, everyone says, everyone means like that, like not doctors but rest of the people, kind of like who say that they achieve kind of like a things by controlling their masturbation. Okay, yeah, they think that key masturbation is wrong. Okay, and basically it crippled human, it kind of like make you less human, and it kind of like something just not wrong, sorry, not right. Okay, uh, most of the people consider this thing as a disease. Okay, as a masturbation is a kind of like a disease, and you should supposed to be stop or remove that disease. Okay, um, and yeah, this is kind of like their opinion. Okay, they say a lot of stuff, that when you stop masturbating, you will gonna kind of like feel a lot of improvement inside of you and things and that they show the evidence, which is also true by the way. Okay, so what is actually my take, what is actually my opinion? uh, from my point of perspective, I'm not really sure about other. Okay, that key might be it kind of like a work for them, probably. Will it be work? It might gonna work. Basically is this thing na ki, it's a kind of like a somebody that na ki consuming alcohol. Okay, yeah, that ki let's just consider that ki if you consume alcohol daily, it's wrong, definitely wrong. It spoil your liver and things and that, and god not what will gonna happen. So obviously is this thing that consuming alcohol is a wrong thing. So what is the solution for that, not consuming alcohol, right? Well, there is a two solution. First solution is that not consuming alcohol. Second solution is that ki try to consume less alcohol. Okay, yeah. Now the person who already addict alcohol, which kind of like option would he choose? Not to drink alcohol or drink less alcohol? Like most of the people kind of like a thing that ki not to drink alcohol, but it's very difficult to achieve that thing, because if you are considers yourself that addict of alcohol, then stopping the alcohol is a very kind of like a something very difficult. It's a kind of like a something that ki try to jump from first step to direct 10 step. That is not possible. It's not like a possible, it is possible, most of people does that thing, but it's just like that na, it's very much difficult. So what is a kind of like a step by step solution? A step by step solution is that key minimize the alcohol consumption. Like if you are doing daily, then probably make sure that maybe like a twice in a week, then once in a week, then uh, twice in a month, then once in a month, then once in a 6 months, and things and that and that. When you do that, you will kind of like assembly try to less exposure of alcohol and things and that and that. Now we all talk about that key, what exactly the bad consequences happen if you drink alcohol, but there is a good consequences actually happen with the alcohol too. I am not promoting alcohol, definitely not. Okay, yeah. Also it's just my experience. Okay, I am not kind of like actually putting my opinion or my thoughts into you. You have a thoughts, what do you think, it's up to you. In my life or in my surrounding situation, alcohol is a kind of like a something that key, from my point of perspective, it creates the moment. Okay, yeah, moment, and that moment I can't remember. Like sorry, the moment I can remember for a very long period of time. Let me tell you one thing. So how do I drink alcohol? Well, I first of all is that I didn't drink alcohol alone. I don't. Okay, yeah. When I drink alcohol, I make sure that all my friends are there. Okay, there, and then I drink alcohol, because the the enjoyment that you get when all your friends are actually gather and you drink alcohol, because when all your friends are actually kind of like a gather and drink alcohol, it creates the moment. Okay, yeah. Some people kind of like a drink more, some people kind of like a drink less, and things and that. I was a kind of like a particular person who kind of like a drink less. Okay, yeah. But because of I drink less, the so many people are kind of like a lot of stupid shit while they drink alcohol. Like I don't know what exactly they do, but it's a kind of like a very like a classic moment. Okay, yeah. Like I don't know, like you actually experience this thing that na, ki when all the people are kind of like a gather and we drink alcohol and things and that, what you already knew what kind of like a chaos will gonna happen, and that chaos is a kind of like a really enjoyable, literally just like that na, someone kind of like somebody like a puking the alcohol and things and that. I know it's a really worse and things, but I don't know, it just kind of like somebody really good. Okay, like some people are kind of like yelling at somebody, why do you drink alcohol if you're not digest the alcohol and things and that. Someone kind of like a slap you. Literally just like that na, the moment of alcohol is like, oh my god, it's just like a whole another level. Okay, yeah, you cannot able to forget, and this moment is usually came maybe once in a 6 months or maybe once in a year. Yeah. So what I realized that na, ki yes, consuming alcohol is a wrong. Okay, yeah, but it depends on how you consume alcohol. You are the person who is kind of like a consuming alcohol alone by yourself and just not enjoying, just kind of like a something that you just wanted to drink and things. That is wrong. I suggest you to not to drink alcohol alone. At least like a make sure you all your friends or at least your partner, your like a your partner, your wife or girlfriend should supposed to be there, so that you both should supposed to drink alcohol, because I think that na, alcohol is a kind of like a beverage that you could enjoy with multiple people in it. Okay, yeah. If you are doing this alone, then that is a wrong. That is wrong. Okay, yeah. So basically is this thing na, ki it's just like that na, ki I'm not against at the alcohol, but I'm kind of like somebody is this thing that ki you should supposed to be defined that what exactly alcohol means to you. You are the kind of like a particular person who might not control the alcohol, then probably is this thing that na, ki you shouldn't supposed to be drink or maybe less drink or things and that. Okay, yeah. Like basically is this thing na, ki this is what I think. Okay, regarding about alcohol. alcohol and masturbation is a kind of like a somewhat something similar. If I'm saying, I'm not really sure, I am not a doctor, I'm not kind of like a somebody any kind of like a somebody have medical degree or nothing really at all. Obviously I am not a kind of like a particular person who kind of like give the advice, definitely not. But what I realized that na ki regarding about masturbation is that ki is not a disease, is not a kind of like a thing that ki you should supposed to be get rid of it. It's a kind of like a thing that na ki probably is this thing, if you do it more then obviously it's harmful, like as alcohol. But if you control enough then probably it's a good. Regarding about masturbation is that ki it relieve my stress, I get very good sleep. Okay, yeah, whatever the kind of like some stress I have, I just let it go. Okay, yeah, I make sure that ki I will have almost like a 4 to 5 days of gap. Means if I masturbate at 1st of March, I make sure that I will not gonna masturbate till the 5th of March. After the 5th of March I will gonna masturbate. Okay, yeah, so I make sure that I will maintain that 5 days of kind of like a streak and things and that, so that I would control myself and things and that. I am doing masturbation for last, like I don't know, since the age of 17 maybe. I'm not really sure. Okay, yeah, and I understand myself regarding about how it actually crippled me and things and that. Probably maybe is this thing that ki it is true, that ki because of masturbation I'm kind of like destroying my life, because in reality, in today's reality, I am kind of like a broke, I am living with my parents, I'm not earning any money. So probably you might gonna blame me that ki yes, if you are consider this thing that then you are kind of like a really broke and things is because of masturbation. I don't know. I I think that na ki it's up to you. Okay, yeah, it's up to the person. What do you think? Okay, yeah, I don't know, it's just my opinion. Okay, now is it my bad habit? Well, probably is this thing that this is the one kind of like a somebody habit that I think might be a bad. Why? Because from societal point of perspective, because societal opinion might, it will become your opinion. Okay, yeah, so I think that is it my bad habit probably. But I think that now what is actually another bad habit I have. Another bad habit, if I'm gonna say that, like basically is this thing na ki I think that na I am the, like basically is this thing na ki if you are the person, you cannot judge yourself. Okay, you might judge, okay, yeah, but you might not judge yourself fully. Why? Because you are kind of like looking at from your point of perspective, and when you look from world from your point of perspective, you seen less flaws inside of you. Why? Because it's your perspective. Okay, yeah, you need a kind of like a different person to see from their point of perspective that what kind of like a bad am I. Like basically is this thing, if I'm kind of like a thinking from my parents point of perspective, then they might gonna think that ki what is actually bad habit do I have is that ki I would kind of like sit in front of my computer for almost like a 10-12 hour non-stop and things and that. They might think this is a bad habit. Okay, yeah, they also think that ki I am not kind of like a doing cleanup and things like that, like sweeping the floor or things or that. They might think it's a bad habit. Okay, yeah, also they think that ki I am not kind of like a cooking the things and that, so it's kind of like a bad habit probably. So what exactly is this thing, what is exactly that? Like I don't like cleaning and things, like I like clean, like it's not really that he like I make my kind of like somebody house look muddy and things. No, I wanted to make look clean, but like basically this thing na ki I priority, like I make sure that what is actually my priority. Okay, yeah. Right now my priority is my career, my job, my like the goals and ambition that I wanted to achieve and things and that. And I wanted that, I wanted to achieve my goals and things, not a kind of like a cleaning and things and that. Probably cleaning the house and things, okay, I might gonna do. It's not like that I will not gonna do that, but it's not my goal. It's not my thing. It just, I don't know. Regarding about cooking, the same thing. Yeah, like basically I think that na ki I shouldn't supposed to be waste my time to make cook. Okay, yeah. But you need a food, right? You need a food. Huh, but I'm kind of like living in such a era where food are everywhere. It's not really that key, like I don't really get any food and things like that. That, like, I don't know. It's just like that. Now it's not really that I'm kind of like against with the cooking. No, definitely not. I can make breakfast. I can make pohe. I can make like a chawal. I can make khichdi. I can make a kind of like a something that I could able to be survive. Okay, not, I'm not kind of like a giving you guarantee as a test, but it's edible. Okay, it's edible. Okay, yeah. I'm actually be more focused on kind of like a things that it kind of like add value, not a kind of like a somebody that key doing house chore and things and that probably. But I think that na ki it's maybe a kind of like something is this thing that ki I might not looked into myself what is actually wrong or bad thing inside of me. Still, the reason is that ki I am looking myself from my point of perspective, and when you look from your point of perspective, you might see very less flaws in yourself. So that is true. That is true. Okay, yeah. Also, is this thing that ki like my friend will gonna say this thing that ki dude, you are kind of like doing this YouTube for last 5 years and you are not earning any kind of like a single amount of money from it. So probably is this thing that ki just quit it and things and that and that. Is it bad habit to kind of like doing the YouTube and still failure after the 5 year? Then you are not supposed to be continuing things and that. I'm not really sure. What do you think about YouTube? Is it bad habit? No, it's definitely not. Okay, it will definitely gonna add value in the future. Okay, yeah, like it is so much. Yeah, it's not really that like basically it's a bad habit. Definitely not. I don't know. It's just like that na ki probably is this thing na ki if I'm looking from everyone point of perspective, then everyone have kind of like a different opinion regarding about how wrong you are. And it's a kind of like a things that na ki I learn very quickly in my life that ki like do not shape your life with some certain opinion, because I did that. Like till the age of 27, I was kind of like a following the all the kind of like a people kind of like a telling me what to do. I was kind of like a doing it that. And then I realized that ki I am very much crippled, dude. I am not the person that I wanted to be. I will not have my ambition. I am not things. I don't know. It's just like that na ki like, am I selfish? I am selfish for my life. Okay, yeah. I wanted to make sure that whatever the goals and ambition that I will gonna achieve is from my effort, for my from my point from me, not from kind of like a something and someone and things and that and that. Okay, yeah. Like basically, is this thing na ki if you are not controlling your life, then someone might gonna control your life, and it actually happened. Till the age of 27, someone is actually controlling my life. Okay, like basically is this thing I was kind of like doing a job for almost like a 2.5 year in kind of like a CAD modeling. CAD means computer aided design modeling. Okay, and after 2.5 year of job, COVID actually happened and they threw me out. They say that ki yeah, like it's not threw me out, it's a kind of like a thing that na ki yeah, we have gap and things and that and that. Okay, it's like basically I asked this question to myself that ki what is exactly happened, like I put almost like a 2.5 year of my effort, my sweat, everything. Like basically I'm not gonna tell you how much. Like I spent almost like 11, 12, 14 hours in this job and things and that and that. And after all those efforts and things, I am getting nothing. Like basically I thought that ki if I kind of like a continue for 2 year of job, I might get somewhere and things and that and that. It's not really that ki like I don't know. Yeah. I just realized that why would I supposed to be kind of like a somebody like a like basically this, I always have kind of like ambitions and goals and things and I always wanted to achieve the things that I wanted to achieve. I do have a kind of like ambition goal. I am kind of like very privileged that I have goal. I have this kind of like a things that I wanted to achieve, a purpose. Most of people didn't really get the purpose. I got purpose very early in my life, like till the age of 17, 18. I was wanted to be a filmmaker and things and that it that purpose is kind of like a, I don't know how to, like if you are not having purpose then and then you are kind of like a doing 9 to 5 job, then okay, that is okay for you because you kind of like a meant for that probably. It's up to you, but it's just like that na ki I have a purpose. I know what I wanted to achieve. Okay, yeah. And I wanted that. Like why do I supposed to be kind of like a spend almost like a 9 to 5 job to kind of like a somebody spend rest of my life, things like that. I am late. Like basically is this thing what is exactly bad habit? I think that na ki I am late at everything. I am not smart. I seen a lot of people who kind of like are really smart. They achieve their goals and things very quickly, very early, but I am not. Um, I consume information very less or maybe very like very not so good. I don't know, but I am not a kind of like a perfect thing. But I believe in me that I could achieve my things and goal and things and that. I might have a bad habit that kind of like make my life very miserable and things and that, and I will overcome that. I will try to make sure that it will gonna happen less and things and that. But probably is this saying that ki will I able to do a job? No. Will I able to kind of like a work for somebody? No. I am reaching at this particular period of my life that I am 32. I am still living with my parents. I'm still not earning any money. And because of this, all those hopeless thoughts kind of like a giving me hope inside of me that ki, yeah, I will gonna become the particular person that I wanted to be. So yeah. Maybe my method might be wrong, or maybe method might be kind of like simply very not so good. I will improve. I will make sure that ki, I don't know. I just believe in process. I believe that ki I just focus on today and make sure that today is much more better than yesterday. So I just make it that. I don't know. I can't promise anything at all. I'm 32. Tomorrow I might be 32, 33. Like I just can't even imagine that next year I will be kind of like somebody sitting here and recording artifact and saying same stupid shit. This might be happen too, but I am okay with that thing. Why? I don't know. I just do. I I I just don't know when I will gonna achieve my goals and things and that, because since 2015 I am kind of like a saying this thing that ki, I will gonna achieve my goal. I will gonna achieve my goal. And it's been almost like a 11 year and I haven't really achieved my goal. Okay, yeah. So yeah, sometimes it just like a feel really wrong. Like my mother kind of like a said a lot of thing. My parents are kind of like a said a lot of thing. Um, all my friends are married, get a job. They they way ahead, and I am just stuck there. I'm just like I'm not crying. I'm not sad enough. I'm just maybe I am wrong. I am not wrong. I will gonna achieve my goals. Is it? This is a kind of like a very bad habit I have, I think. Alright. And yeah, thank you.